Hello and welcome once again to Wandering Monster, America's test table, where we don't play test games, we stress test them. I'm John Baldisberger.
I am Charles R. Bernard.
I'm Mr. Paschke, and with us tonight is
Kevin Welch.
And you know what I love are corporations. I love them in my house. I love them in my body, especially, my butt. I like to give corporations feet massages because, as you all know, they are embodied people. And sometimes you'll see one strolling around and you might just ask Nike next time you see them. Nike, would you like a foot rub? I know that you're all about them shoes. No, that jacked up intro is my version of a John Baltisberger intro because tonight we will be sampling some corporate dystopian fare from a very fine game creator. John, would you help me out? Remind me.
Logan Dean.
Excellent. Thank you. I knew his Twitter handle, but I couldn't remember what L____ Dean was. But yeah, Logan Dean. And this is a fun one. Tonight we will be taking on the roles of peons in the vast corporate empire of Wuhan Baxter. And for tonight's game, you might notice a certain absence. I'm not going to say it. Well, the absence I am going to talk about is Ian Servas, our forever GM, who's not here. And in his stead, we have Mr. John Baltisberger stepping into the role of GM. But don't worry, Ian left some very special rules behind for our very special guest, Kevin, that might come into play. So, John, why don't you tell us into what corporate hell we will be stepping tonight?
So I backed this game on Kickstarter to the shock of no one. And it came to me wrapped up in these little pamphlets that look exactly like employee manuals that you get on the job. In fact, it was these that spawned my need to make the Manus Heart Press employee manual because they're perfect. The language inside, and this is the employee manual, so this is what the players get. Welcome to the Wuhan Baxter Corporation. You are joining a proud tradition of innovation, invention, and manufacturing that dates back over 300 years. In the pages of this handbook, you will find the tools needed to become an integral part of our corporate family as a member of our Asset Recovery and Containment Division. On behalf of myself and the board of directors and everyone at WB, welcome aboard. We look forward to the stunning accomplishments in your future. Jonas Baxter, chairman. Perfect corporate speak. You can tell Logan has, in fact, had to work for all these asshats for many years before. I have, you get, in the employee manual, it has a slightly, or the manager manual has a slightly different, but you also get the history of the company from 1676 to present day. You also get the adventure we're running today, which is called Eurydice Station. There is another book he put out, which I also have. I didn't bring it out because I'm recovering from surgery. Go fuck yourself. But it's chock full of other adventures. And I've talked to Logan about maybe John. Oh, my testy fell. Maybe I would join the fun and create some adventures as well. I'm gonna just tuck that back there. Nice padding.
Yeah.
Get the vast out of the way. There we
are.
It's a cool game. What I really love about this game is that it is a extremely simple but extremely lethal system. What we're going to be rolling today is 1d6 for most tests, 2d6 for the tests they're good at, and that's essentially the only mechanic. Before we started, I pulled the rules over to a Photoshop page, and I just needed 2 pages for the majority of what we're doing tonight. So it's a really pick up and go. I mean, both of these books are each, the employee handbook is 20 pages. It's super simple to pick up, and as you all know, I am a huge fan of quick to pick up games.
Yeah, rules light is all right.
This particular game does feel very Mothership. But instead of, space opera, corporate greed, we have good old terrestrial liminal horror corporate greed. And we're gonna have fun. Is obvious to me that Wuhan Baxter is based off the company from Alien, whose
That's
name
the Wayland Corporation.
Yeah, the Wayland. The Wayland. They merged with another company. I can't remember.
It could also be the Tyrell Corporation from Blade Runner. It could be. I mean, there's a lot of influences, but there are different spins on corporate dystopia, and I like this one quite a bit.
Yeah. So the basis of it, as I read at the beginning, is these three idiots. Your character's not you. Were accepted jobs for the Wuhan Baxter Corporation as a asset recovery and containment team.
Yeah.
Think of that as SCP, right? Secure, contain, pacify.
That's what I was also going to bring up. Yeah.
Yeah. You guys know that Wuhan Baxter is into some mad science, some paranormal science stuff, but as any good sinister corporation, everything is need to know basis, and you're generally given like a a notepad that has like the words of your mission scrawled of like, figure it out, bud. And tonight's not going to be real different. So, Mr. Patchkey, can you take us to the game screen?
Absolutely, we can. And
absolutely
have.
Yes. There we go. I think I can read. There we go. I can read a couple of things. As y'all are on your way in a beautiful helicopter to Eurydice landing platform, you're told the following. Eurydice facility is a deep sea research facility located 20,000 feet below sea level. It is owned and operated by Wuhan Baxter Pharmaceutical subsidiary Novarium and is supported by the Orpheus supply rig and landing platform topside. The facility is staffed by 4 research specialists working in 3-month shifts. Each specialist wears a specially designated crew key card that allows them to access systems, track their movements, and access a digital research backup. All this sounds fine. Understand?
Does it also work the snack machine?
It does, but it comes out like it garnishes your wages.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, it's company store.
Yeah.
1 day ago, contact was lost with Eurydice facility. Immediately upon arriving on Orpheus platform, you will be dispatched and descend the 20,000 feet and dock with Eurydice. Your mission objective is to recover 4 personal keys. No, sir.
Just one quick thing. Eurydice. Sorry, it's from mythology. That's all.
Anyway, as you go to Zine facility, all right. Eurydice facility.
Eurydice.
Eurydice.
Thank you.
4 personal keys. Secondary, if you can rescue surviving scientists and collect research specimens. You have 7 hours to complete these objectives and initiate ascent, meaning get topside, before the storm cuts off your viability for the next 5 hours. Personal keys can be tracked using a terminal in let's see, was that 3? Nope, that's not it. Oh, I bet that is actually it. Yep. In operations, the infirmary, essentially. Intercoms may be used for intersector communication. And that's what you get to know. That is all the information you are handed alongside a map I'm going to show you a map. This means nothing to you. Y'all won't remember, but I'll be describing it as I go. Audience, this is what the map looks like. It's beautiful. And occasionally it will flash across our slideshow. So
I could also pause it on the.
You should probably
map.
pause it on the map so the audience knows what's up.
I have paused it on the map.
Beautiful. Players, you're still fucked sideways. The audience, enjoy this beautiful map. I want to say,
audience.
Quick
whenever we do these games, there's these moments where Charles and Mr. Patchkey are trying to put together the promotional material in the slide deck, where it's just like, I need more art. Which totally valid. Like, we buy games a lot of time. Like, look, we didn't stumble on Morkborg and think, well, I guess this sounds interesting technically. I'll buy it for that. No, it looks beautiful. We bought it because it's beautiful. It's also a great game, but like, let's be frank, art punk rules. The flip side of that is that this is a great game, and it's an easy game to prep with so little. Like, you need so little to do it well. And this, I think this looks great, even though it's not like super high renders or whatever. Okay. So that's what you guys get to know as you land on the platform of Orpheus Descent. The sergeant, the officer, the manager, the executive officer kind of gives you all look up and down. It's like, okay, got a medic, got a scientist, got a technician. Okay. Y'all got this. Any questions before you head down into the rough and tumble?
What kind of craft are we taking downwards? Like, what kind of, is it on a line, or is it like a fully independent submersible, or
Are we just wearing pool floaties, hoping for the best?
Are we just holding on to something heavy?
Kong, you're sleeping with the fishes. It is a imagine a really shiny bathysphere.
Oh, cool.
Like it's essentially like a space elevator that instead of going up goes down into the depths.
Yeah. Bathysphere. Got it. That's cool. That's lit.
Yeah. Right. But hey, that's not in the rule book, but I love me some bathyspheres. Yeah,
I encourage everyone to insert a bathysphere wherever possible.
Well, hold on. We are not responsible for wherever you insert the bathysphere.
We've all seen Inner Space.
Formally disavowed.
Make sure the other end of the bathysphere is flared. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. So we're going deep in the bathysphere.
Yep.
All right, we're on our way. I've got everything I need from my loadout. I think we're all equipped. I think we're all ready to roll, right, guys?
For the most part, normally we introduce characters.
Oh, that's right.
Are we not?
I plumb forgot about anything related to you guys. I was just going to monologue this whole episode.
I mean, do we just want to be nuts and not do that and just introduce us as we go?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hold on. Shut up. I'm going to choose this time. Any, mini, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the... If he hollers, cut him open, and it's going to be... Charles Bernard.
What a surprise. I know. Tonight, I will be playing Bones Abernathy. I'm a medic. I have got fossil in my pocket. I stitch these numbskulls up when they do too much science and get hurt. I occasionally amputate things. I've perfected a very controversial procedure that we might see at some point. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell, or in a bathysphere, I guess.
My character's name is Tommy Webb. He's a technician. He doesn't really get much out of the office. He's usually stuck in front of a computer doing all that sort of stuff. He does have a little drone friend because he's very socially awkward. He names Vivian, so She should be helping out with scouting out and stuff.
Does Vivian have? Let me rephrase. Is Vivian? I know Vivian is like a little floating drone.
Yes,
But in your mind, is Vivian a waifu?
waifu.
Man, don't tell me I'm the only ruined one here.
I know what a waifu is.
No. I know what it is. Yeah.
Is your drone also like a pretend anime thought?
No, it's more of a British punk rocker with like 4 stars across the forehead and like a
but that Vivian.
That's
Hell
the
yeah,
one.
man. What was
Alright.
it, the young ones? That was like
the
one of my
one.
favorites, man.
Okay.
Oh, so
Alright.
good.
Okay.
So good. If you're a fan of like punk and ska music or 80s culture in Britain, for the love of Lucifer, watch The Young Ones because it is
Fucking
amazing.
Mint. It's mint,
Yeah.
dude.
One of my favorite Vivian moments, he just walks into the house and he just starts smashing shit, going board.
It just
It
smashes
was-
Neil upside the head.
Yeah. Board. Very great.
yeah.
Very great show.
No,
Okay.
Mr. Batchkey.
All right, so I had been misreading my character sheet the whole time. I'm just going to lean into that.
Please.
So I've renamed my character Perky, because in the spot in my mind that was like, that's the name, Perks. Okay, whatever. That's a weird name. We're gonna move on.
We're all named Perks now. Perfect.
No, I'm Perks, but you can call me Perky.
I like that.
It wasn't until about a moment ago when I saw the word name and then a blank spot, and I was just like,
I love the
I guess I'm
idea-
Perky.
I love the idea of having an acquaintance whose nickname is Perks. Like maybe because they always have good coffee on hand.
Yeah,
Maybe
right?
because they drive you around. Like, hey, hit up Perks. See if Perks can help us out with some concert
Look,
tickets.
hey, either you have a friend that is Perks or you're
Yeah.
Perks.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I used to know Perks.
Holy
He was an asshole. But anyways, so I'm playing our scientist. I'll be the one making sure that everything is scientifically sound, and see how long I can hold this voice before I myself become annoyed with it.
This is fair.
Gonna happen.
This is fair. Oh,
Before I punch myself in the glasses.
I was wondering which Simpsons scientist you were going to be doing this evening.
Ooh.
Oh. Boy, howdy! I wish this thing was filled with ice.
Is it filled with hot liquid?
Huh?
Are you just keeping a hot coffee there in your crotch?
No, no, no. I have milkshake right here.
Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Get that
oh,
crunch
that-
shake.
much better. Okay.
Frozen peas, I keep telling you.
Yep.
I will not allow those abominations in my house. Um,
You don't want some peas near your penis? You don't need penis peas?
I prefer diced carrots or cauliflower.
Peas and nuts are both legumes, you know.
So, all right. Moving on. Upon arrival, the bathysphere, docks, and the room outside purges of fluid. Much like, okay. The light up of the hatch changes from red into green, and you are able to exit into the pod bay.
Into my worst nightmare.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Sorry, bud.
That's all right. I
thi-
I wouldn't call it a phobia, but I have a discomfort thinking about deep ocean because we don't fucking belong there, and it's ridiculous that we send people down there. Anyway, yeah, continue.
As you enter into the round room, you see an exterior access hatch into your true worst nightmares. A red cabinet with the like medical red cross kind of welded to the door. There are 4 deep sea exosuits in cages, kind of lined up on either side of the exit hatch. And there are 2 bulkheads, one leading north and one leading east. It looks like the one leading east has been tampered with. You do see intercoms, an intercom button, and various cameras pointed around the room. Have at you. I think he needs to shout "have at you" more often when he finishes describing rooms, by the way.
It would only be better if he said "have at thee."
Have at thee.
Okay. So should I science now? Is this now
Yeah.
that I should science?
Science your little sciencer off.
I would like to see how scientifically sound this room is.
All right, roll me a d10, bud, or roll me 2 d10s.
2 d10s because I took that extra bonus in science. That is a 9 and a 10. I starting off strong.
God damn.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Shit.
Right.
I mean,
When we roll the
room.
by the way, this is a question I forgot to ask before the game starts. So, little peek behind the curtain here of the mechanics. When we roll the 2 dice, do we take the higher number or do we add them?
You take the higher.
Okay, cool. I figured. Just wanted to. Yeah.
Unless you critically fail.
Okay.
So if you roll 2 dice and you fail, if you roll 2 dice and you get a critical failure and a success, I'm going to count it as a success because critical failures are really bad.
Okay.
However, if you roll 2 dice and you get a failure and a critical failure, we're going to take the critical failure because
makes sense.
But no, you succeed. Boy, howdy. I bet you wish you didn't waste your roll on just looking around the first room. You science around and you say like, okay, hypothesis, this room's fine. I know the water just purged out of it, so we good. Other than the fact that one bulkhead seems to be welded shut, which is troubling. I don't see any other tampering. However, I do with that roll, motherfucker, you do notice that the cameras on the above the doors are not they are not what's the word I'm looking for?
Either functioning or panning and scanning.
Yeah, they aren't panning. You can't tell if they're functioning.
There's
you just don't have a way. Sir?
Stationary, was that the word you were looking for?
No, I think panning is good. They're not panning. They're just kind of locked in place. And not necessarily like on the center of the room like you might expect them to be. The other thing you notice is that there are no lights on the intercom.
And did you say that one of the control panels was like broken or in disarray and the other one was working fine, or did I make that up right now?
The control panels that will open the bulkheads both seem to be in fine condition.
Okay.
But one of the bulkheads is very visibly welded shut.
So 2 bulkheads total, 1 welded shut.
Yes, sir.
I would say our path is clear. I'd rather not mess with something that's welded underwater.
Yeah. Don't know what they're keeping out or keeping in.
Yeah.
Do any of you have weapons?
Yeah, I think
I don't think I do.
Maybe not. Because I'm a combat veteran, it says.
I was going to suggest that one of you be the soldier, but then I decided,
Field medikit, painkillers. I've got a scalpel.
I mean, that is a weapon. It can't. Yeah. Well, let me rephrase. It can be a weapon.
It can be, for sure.
Okay. So y'all are going to.
If I need to, yeah, never mind.
Okay.
We'll move on.
So you are going to go up into area 2. As you go. And I am just going to need you as you do that thing. Oh no, that's fine. Nope, you don't gotta do anything. You punch in a code, and the code is this is a secure facility. Someone has put a sticky note on the thing of code is 0204.
Weakest link in any fucking security chain, man. Is just human idiocy.
Is John Baldisberger unable to remember the simplest number sequence?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the only reason I've ever wanted to go to DEF CON, and it's like right next door to me, is for their social engineering panels. But yeah, anyway.
You head north.
Okay.
I'm drinking a milkshake.
No, you're good.
John
What kind of
drinks your
milkshake?
All
He
right.
drinks it up.
As you head into the next room, it is dark. You see some LED lights from servers housed in the racks on the wall, so you can you walked into this gym, you know exactly where you are.
Right.
You're in a server / power hub.
Got it.
Okay. But everything else is too dark to see. You hear I'm going to describe this sound as sluicing. Not a tromble, but a sluice.
That's always encouraging. A good healthy sluicing noise, usually is accompanied by something wonderful.
Now, I believe at least one of you does have a flashlight.
Not me.
Nope.
Oh, I do have a flashlight. It's behind my field research kit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hear the sleuthing of a Lorax.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, too obvious. I take that back.
Pashke here's a sluice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I pull out my flashlight and like science.
All right. All right. As you pan your flashlight around, you see. I'm going to describe this. I like how I always start off whatever I'm going to describe or say as I'm going to do this. I'm going to paint you a word picture now. Behold the artistry of John.
Ladies and gentlemen, observe.
There is a, let's say, pit bull sized thing huddled amongst the servers. It looks more like if you had tried to crossbreed a a millipede, an earwig, and a orangutan with mange.
Ew. I'm with you on that. That actually sounds like it would be quite the pet.
Yeah.
And it's a musician.
In other words, my pug.
Yeah.
As the light falls on it, it lets out a warbling hiss and attempts to like get away from the light.
Good.
Scientifically speaking, that's peculiar.
I have to ask.
What species is that, Dr. Science?
Do you guys try to stop it skittering, or are you gonna like let it skitter away?
You bet your ass off I'm going to let it get further away from me.
Yeah.
As a scientist, I have to know what this is.
I'll patch you up when you get back.
So are you chasing it and like keeping the light on it?
Scientifically speaking?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh shit.
oh boy.
I yell, "Stop! I'm a scientist."
Boy, howdy, it doesn't stop. You see, let's look at this as a clock face. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to fill in one of your clock faces. You see, you are at, say, the 4, it's at the 7, and there is a hatch that is starting to scramble towards at 12. Does everyone understand what I just did?
Yes.
Kind of?
Patchkey, you good?
Like it's a peace sign shaped fork in the path?
Well, there's no fork. It's just you're here, it's here, and then there's an escape, essentially a air conditioning duct that it is scrambling towards.
It's going towards the duct. That was the missing.
All right.
Okay. So it's trying to go into the duct. I think the duct is where that thing belongs, frankly. But I'm not sure if that's true scientifically speaking.
That is, I guess, our scientist is going to have to answer that.
Yeah. So I scientifically follow him, and with the powers of science and what was my other thing? Search. I also took a bonus to search because reasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Man, I
Okay.
gotta say, vent crawling is a theme, is like a leitmotif with Pashki.
What are you talking about? It's not like it's. I didn't watch Die Hard one too many Christmases in a row. Scientifically
Die Hard is a
speaking,
Hanukkah movie.
Yeah.
okay, I'll allow that too. But I'm just saying that scientifically speaking, the air handling system is the most scientifically interesting part of a
Yes.
house or a building.
Absolutely. Yeah. I wind up having to stick my arm halfway down mine half the time.
Okay. I am actually going to ask you probably to roll something other than science if you want to try to stop this thing from reaching the air duct.
That's why I said search. It's my other two.
Yeah, probably not. In
Okay.
fact, I am going to say that I will say you can use body, dodge, or fight. You can use any of those to try to reach it before it can get through the vent.
Well, that's a 1 at best, and I rolled a 3.
Okay. So give yourself 1 stress point.
Wow.
And because Mr. Pashke decided to keep the light on this thing, as a true friend and asshole, you
And a scientist.
you are all going to get 2 stress as you watch this thing squirm and force its mass into the air vent.
Squirm and force.
I'm both
Finally.
horrified and interested.
Finally, a title for my autobiography. All right, let's see. 2 stress. Okay.
Patchkey, as you are panning the light around to see if maybe there's more specimens, I assume, you notice that there's a transparent viscous ooze over a lot of various surfaces. Some of it is cooking on hot servers, and you also see a ladder that leads. Where's my map? There's my map. Yep. You see a ladder that leads somewhere upward. There is a plate next to the ladder that's labeled 2B. And you see another bulkhead going north.
All right. Not to monopolize too much of the group's time, but I would to experiment with my field research kit as to what this goo is. That's clear.
Okay. Oh, by the way, you guys have a map of the station.
Right.
So if you want to ask me at any time, hey, what is in the direction of this pathway, you can ask me. Okay, make me a science roll.
Fuck yeah.
While he's doing that, can I see where that beast was to see if it was like what exactly it was doing? See if it was like gnawing on wires or if it was like completely like destroying the servers or.
It didn't. It seemed to just be like it seemed to be gnawing into the side of the wall.
Okay, so not
maybe
into the server.
Yeah, not into the servers. It was just kind of it.
No, the wall is way worse than the server.
Go ahead and make me a science check too. Is that one of your skills?
No, science.
Okay, so roll 1d6 and subtract 1. Oh, sorry, 1d10 and subtract 1.
That's an 8 on the dice, so 7.
Okay. Take 1 stress. You don't know what it was like. It was up to something, but you just don't know enough about whatever the fuck that thing was to guess what it would be trying to do. Mr. Patchkey, what'd you roll for your science check, bud?
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Great. Take 1 stress for failing, and take another stress as you witness this silvery ooze trying to get away from your light.
How many stresses do I get before I suffer a complication? I think I'm currently at 5.
You do. So here's the thing: whenever you take a 3 stress or more at once, or whenever I decide you're just too freaked out, which hasn't happened yet, you roll 1d10 and add your stress to that to get a result on the burnout table, which can give you disadvantages, cause damage, get you more stress, force you to attack your teammates, or give you a heart attack.
A random status table or effect table or whatever. Yeah.
So should I do that now or okay? So I'll just keep my 5 stress and
you can have all kinds of stress, buddy.
All right. Thanks for describing my life.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's real fair.
All the stress you want.
I'm going to fill in another mark. It's been about let's see, it's been about 40 minutes since you first came to the station, as you kind of dicked around in the first and second room and tried to study this ooze. As I said, you have a hatch going north, which will lead to the ops/infirmary, and a ladder going up to something labeled 2B.
Well, I would like to go to the infirmary just to, see if there's any items there that I could make use of, for sure. Especially if there's an anti-stress item in the infirmary.
Okay. How
like
about you
any
guys?
and all narcotics, for example.
Okay.
Oh, I do have painkillers in my
You do.
inventory. Does that reduce stress? Or does it restore?
Actually, I can answer that. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I have 2 books.
Reduces stress, but gains addiction.
When I was talking to Logan about this, because he wants to redo this book, I suggested that he do a combo so that both books are in one thing.
One volume, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Painkillers. Highly addictive.
Awesome.
Remove 3 stress after the first use. Suffer -1 to all rolls for 1d10 hours.
Okay. Well, do you want some pills, Pashke?
I'm at 5. That would still leave me with 2. I'm fine. I'm working on my breathing, just trying to
Well, they're here for you when you need them, my friend. There you go. There you go.
Just go into another room and jerk it so right.
All right.
Blow off that steam.
I'm gonna go scientifically look at that bulkhead that's welded in a suggestive manner. Give me 5. I just need 5 minutes.
Cool. I was gonna say more goo on the servers. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually think the servers could not get more gooey of the internet. I think that would be impossible. The internet generates its own goo.
It does.
All right. I've been pretty fucking useless so far. So while we're in here,
you haven't gone to the medical. You haven't gone to the ops infirmary yet.
No, I know, but before we do that, I just like to use my guile skill, which includes deception, persuasion, and intimidation. For deception, I'd like to just take a sneak peek up the top of that ladder without being detected and see what's up there, and then just sneak back down real quick. Does that fall under guile, under my deception power?
You know what? I'll allow it.
All right, cool.
So you
2d10. Let me let's see if I pass it for one thing. The answer to that would be no. I failed that.
How bad?
Well, I rolled a 3.
Yeah, fine. Okay. So you get to the top of the ladder and you see a keypad. It has 3 unlit LEDs. And on the keypad, you see blood smeared on the 3, the 6, and the 0 keys.
Okay. I've got a 1 in 3 nomial chance of getting this right. So a 1 in 6 chance. I think that makes it right. Yeah, 3 times 2 times 1. So
yeah.
I don't like those odds. I'm just gonna sneak on back down the ladder.
Okay.
Or not even sneak because I failed my. I'm gonna clump back. I'm gonna tromble on back down the ladder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you tell everybody what you found up there.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. I'll go up there and see if I can decipher or.
Okay.
Hack.
Do you want to just guess at some numbers, or do you want to make a tech roll?
Is it tech?
I mean, a keypad I feel is tech.
That's a good
tech or
point.
hack? Would you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, whatever's higher.
I'm gonna go with hack because it's higher.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely hack.
Yeah. 2s on both of them.
Okay.
Yikes.
You get up there like you like crack your knuckles. You're all ready to say I'm in. And then you realize that it's like a very binary system with no real hackable parts.
I see blood and get scared, get a little squeamish, get a little woozy.
I've got painkillers for that if you need them.
Son of a bitch.
Just write me a script and we'll take care of it afterwards.
Cool.
And this is up in that ductwork where that.
It's not. No, it's not in the ductwork.
No,
It's
this
just
is a ladder to an upper layer.
Okay.
But we can still proceed north, I think, to the infirmary and then the control room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or are they in the same like cluster, or is it infirmary? Then
so you can go up to 2B, or you can go north to the operation/infirmary.
Oh, they're the same.
You remember from your briefing, or maybe you don't, but I'll tell you anyway, that there's a terminal which will allow you to track everyone's key cards.
I slept through the briefing. Yeah, let's go to the operations room. I think. What do you guys think?
Operations room. Let's go. Maybe there's something I can do useful there.
Bandwagon.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We've got 2 technical science people. We can do a lot of stuff in the operations room.
You would think, but y'all couldn't beat a keypad. Oh.
It's the blood.
Hey.
I got all woozy.
Dame Fortune, man. Like sweet lady luck.
All right. Okay. You come into the infirmary. A giant computer terminal dominates the western side of this area. Above the terminal is a slot for an access key. The north edge of the sector is divided into the infirmary behind thick plastic sheeting. There's an examination table, but it has been overturned. There's unsealed medical supplies just thrown haphazardly everywhere. And bad news, Kevin, there's also blood just kind of splattered all over the room. There's also a trail of blood that leads from the infirmary through a bulkhead leading to the east. There's also a red cabinet with one of those little medical symbols on it.
I'll go to the cabinet with the. Oh man, Ian even made a point out of this. It's either the Codicius or the rod of
Sisyphus.
No.
Syphilis.
Yes.
No. Rod of syphilis.
Asclepius, I think. Anyway.
I think it's Zine.
Yeah, I think it's the rod of Zine. Yes. That sounds like something that would be in the Book of Mormon, only with their mispronouncing Zion.
So for all of you wondering why I keep saying that, it's because I had only seen the word written for the longest time and had just like, oh, Z-I-N-E. That is Zine. That is how that word sounds. And I never connected it in my skull to magazine.
Yeah.
So
we had to stage an intervention.
It was a tough
it almost turned violent. It was beautiful.
Yeah. It was because we were like, John, it's zine month again, and it's time for a change, buddy.
And I pulled out a knife and I cut off one of my nipples and threw it at him. It was rough. Bad times.
It was the first body part that John lost since I joined the stream.
Yeah, but not the last. Yeah.
And next month, if you, the listener, donate enough money, there will be a third.
I like $200 gets you his toenails. $800 gets you his hair clippings. $1,000 the little toe.
I mean, my wisdom teeth are in the other room.
I'm still holding out for you to get those turned into dice.
I'm going to. Okay. So you're in this fucked up infirmary. Things look bad, my friends.
I'm going straight to the medical cabinet to see what's in there.
Okay. Yeah, you open it and there is a perfectly good little field med kit.
Oh, so now I've got 2 of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that mean I've got two scalpels? So now I can double wield.
Probably not.
Okay. All right. Anything else in there?
No, it's just field kit. Like there's probably some like latex gloves, condoms stapled to pamphlets about safe sex.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the corner or in the center?
Right through the center.
Absolutely not. An unpaid intern did those.
So I unroll one of the condoms and fully inflate it, tie off the end, and then stick it down the front of my pants.
It does not inflate because someone stapled through it.
Right through the
Oh,
center.
yeah, that's right. You could do well, no, you shouldn't perforate the packaging even. So that's too bad. That would have been funny. Okay. All right. Let's anything you guys want to do?
Check the computer for records.
Okay.
You said there's a computer here?
Yep, there is a computer here.
Would the tech be better at that, or would the scientist be better at that?
Probably the tech. You've got a hacking skill.
I do have a hacking skill.
So you walk up to the computer and you can tell pretty quickly that it is designed to be accessed using the crew key cards that you're supposed to be gathering. And it kind of just does that thing where it's like, insert key card. Okay, well, what if I do this? Insert key card.
Access denied. Access
Yeah,
denied.
exactly.
Have you tried inserting your key card?
You can try to hack it.
Okay.
Here's what I will say. If you hack it and the executive officer finds out you are hacking confidential WB information, that could also not be great. How much do you trust the medic and the scientist to not rat you out?
I feel good about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna rat you out.
That is 2 10s.
Jiminy.
Nice.
That's what I said.
All right, so delete one of your stresses.
Yay.
You rolled 2 10s?
I rolled 2 10s.
Motherfucker, everyone delete a stress.
Back to 4. Fuck yeah.
You see the screen come up. He mumbles something about a firewall and then says, "I'm in."
I'm in. Yeah.
Because I can't not.
And then the screen switches to like a very terrible polygon environment that like represents the virtual space that he's hacking through. Yeah.
Dennis Needley from Jurassic Park is there.
You didn't say the magic word.
Okay. A menu comes up. I wasn't expecting you to hack. I don't know why you have a hack. And it has the old MS-DOS menu. 1, station status sector 06 alert. 2, cameras intercom offline. Underneath that is personal tracking offline. 3, emergency controls restricted.
Well, you could turn the tracker on for the personal thingamabobs.
Yeah. And am I able to access the cameras from this one so like I can get them back up and panning and kind of see what's going on in the other areas?
You can. You can try.
I can try. All right.
Yeah.
So is that gonna be another hack or is that a tech?
No. I'm just going to. You can do it. Okay. I'm just reading the thing about the cameras right now.
Gotcha.
Ooh, fun. Okay. What room would you like to look at?
The bedroom.
So let me give you. There are 9 different rooms. The pod bay, the server room, ops infirmary, the primary lab, drone control, another lab, life support, crew quarters, storage, and a diving pool.
Well, while looking at the map, what do you guys think we should be? Where do you think we should be looking at? I mean, crew quarters? I mean, we're looking for the keys and then to rescue some scientists, right?
I would say start with crew quarters. Yeah.
I'll access crew quarters first.
That is 7. All right. You see a grainy picture pop up. You think you see some shadows moving, but you can't see anyone on camera. And every like at an irregular interval, the camera just shakes ever so slightly.
Okay. So just shadowy figures and then
Not even shadowy figures, just like there are some shadows that may be moving. It's hard to discern.
Okay. Lay that to the rest of the crew. Am I able to access any other stuff, or is it just the one that I got?
No, you can scroll through the various rooms.
Okay. Was there? What did you say? There's the life
laboratory.
support. Laboratories.
Yeah,
Maybe
There's 2
another
different
laboratory.
labs.
Yeah.
I'll start with, I don't know, the first lab.
Okay. You just want to scan through all the cameras?
That's kind of what I'm seeing. I just kind of want to get an idea of what we're going to be walking into.
All right. In room 1, the pod bay, the one you've already been in, it's just as you left it. Room 2, the server power room, you don't really see much. It's all dark, just like when you left it.
Okay.
3, room you're in currently, you can see the backs of all of your heads standing at that terminal.
Spaceballs, got it.
Yeah.
You don't see anything sneaking up behind you, which is nice.
I like that.
Room
Always a
4, it looks like someone smeared some kind of dark liquid on the camera lens.
Is it reddish?
You can't tell through the camera.
Okay.
Maple syrup, I bet.
Room 5 is a laboratory that seems to have just been completely destroyed, like the infirmary, just like trashed.
Okay.
Room 6, which is a drone control room, you see what looks like condensation on the lens is obscuring the room. Room 7 I already described. Room 8, which is storage, you don't see anything, just static. And in room 9, where are you? There you are. You just see a diving pool and a submersible kind of sitting in the middle of the diving pool. After a few moments, a figure emerges from the sub, retrieves a tool off a nearby table, then gets back into the sub. You also see a like turn on intercom. Yes, no.
Should we try talking to these guys?
Why not?
Yeah.
Or at least the guy in room 9. So that's the only one that seems to be alive. Yeah, I'll turn on the intercom to room 9, or the diving pools. So just like a rhythmic hammering.
Yep. You like someone just smacking the wall over and over again. You think so? Yeah. And that is just going to continue until you turn it off.
Turn it off.
Okay. You think that maybe you can review, like, you think you would be able to maybe pull up footage from the last day if you wanted to spend the time and review the footage from the last, like, 24 hours, 48 hours to see what actually happened.
Well, that would be hella useful, I would think.
Yeah. I mean, I could try scrubbing through, see if I can get through anything pops up. About how long are you thinking that's going to take?
That's going to take a while. That's going to take probably the better part of the next hour.
Okay, and we only have 7 hours to do this, right?
Why don't we let you take care of that while Pashki and I go check out, I don't know, do you want to go check out the bay or the bangin'? Check out the bangin'?
The banging, or there wasn't the science rooms, or I'm sorry, but my character is
The banging. You can't tell exactly where the banging was coming from because it was just the intercom system.
Okay.
Because it's the intercom can talk
Oh,
between
it's
sectors.
all of them. Okay.
The diving pool is where you saw like an honest to god human figure.
Let's go to the diving pool then.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I am going to leave you in the room for a little while, Kevin.
Perfect.
I'm going to describe what happens over the next hour with you two, and then once time syncs up, I will tell you what happened in the video.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'll make the two Charles take off their headphones so they don't hear until they reach back up to you. I won't do that. That'd be obnoxious because I'd have to say it again. Also, I can't make you do anything. I'm like hundreds and hundreds of miles away. Okay. So from
he's audience at home, he says that, but he makes all of us wear these shock things around our junk. It's really fucked up.
Wait,
actually,
to be
yours
fair,
is around your junk. He sent me a butt plug.
I think it's different for each person.
I didn't get anything. I feel left out.
It's because you're a guest. I've special. No, I've special ordered you a special cage for your penis that shocks you.
Is it like USB rechargeable?
Yes, I got it from Extreme Restraint. Well, USB-C.
Oh,
because you need that fast charging. For the cage around your penis that shocks you.
Gotcha.
You can also then track like a timeline of like the shocks and intensity.
There's an app that can monitor your like erection or shocking.
Page. Yeah. Get that data. Get those analytics going. Those quants.
Oh shit.
So science?
That's science. It sounds
friends, if you find yourself in need of a butt plug that gives you little shocks or a cage for your penis, saunter over to extremerestraints.com for all of your perverse needs. They are not a sponsor, but extremerestraints.com. If you wanna, we will be consensual. We will be consensual partners in a heartbeat, my dudes. In a heartbeat.
Just think, years from now, the Madness Heart Press Wandering Monster branded restraint items. There's a paddle with the
Mr.
logo.
Patchkey,
yeah,
Mr. Patchkey, we already have Madness Heart Press branded paddles.
Well,
that's already a thing we have and sell.
As someone who's been on this show for a year, why am I just now figuring this out?
One of the people on the Madness Heart Press board's husband is a woodworker who makes toys for the alternative sexual community.
John, I like to consider myself a bit of a woodworker.
I'm not saying he masturbates. I'm saying he makes things out of like trees.
I know.
You motherfucker.
You drill a hole, you get enough lube, you can make anything out of a tree.
Yep.
I don't think that's. I think you're both very wrong, guys. Do you want to play this game, or do you want to talk about cages for your dicks?
I'd like to play a game, please.
Kevin needs a safe space.
You can make anything out of wood was the claim. As a counterclaim,
he said a tree.
As a counterclaim out of a tree. Counterclaim submarine.
I mean,
I don't think a wooden submarine would work very well.
I want to know what the first submarine was built out of, and I'm going to bet wood.
Have you not watched the Pirates of the Caribbean?
I bet actually now that you're talking about that Patchkey, I bet it was just wood and glass and weights. I bet.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh.
And it's amazing that anybody ever survives that shit. So back to us not surviving this shit.
Yeah. Speaking of survival.
So we go through, what is that? Two different rooms to get to the guy, at least?
You'll need to go through. Actually, I bet you could. I bet you could just go through 2 rooms to get there. But let's see. Let's see if you survive. You need to go through the primary lab first. So, Kevin, they leave you alone.
Okay.
Man, look, dude, I'm going to make you take a... How much stress do you have right now?
I have 2.
I'm going to make you roll me something because this is stressful. You know there's monsters here. Give me a. Make me a. Trying to think what skill will be best for this. Make me a tech roll, actually.
Okay, so I do have a. That I have one in that one, so
yeah,
that's a 4.
Okay, I want you to take 2 stress, just knowing that you're going to be down here alone with no one watching your back.
Cool.
Them's the breaks.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So y'all are going into the lab. All right. Number 4 is the primary lab. As you walk into the lab, you see dozens of bloody pages surrounding a corpse. The person on the floor's chest is torn open and stuffed with more bloody pages that have obviously been torn out of research binder. Every piece of equipment in this room is soaked in blood. Please take 1 stress.
Back to 5.
Both of you.
We were walking through the lab late one night when our eyes beheld.
Honestly, Christopher, they probably found the body of someone who messed with one of our editors rather than an editor. We do have a friend in chat who is giving us advice on how to make our wooden submersible sex toys.
Fantastic.
Okay. Yeah, so there's this dead body on the floor. You see a counter that has a one of those vaccine guns with a syringe loaded with green viscous fluid. There is a terminal in the room. And there is a cabinet that is unlabeled.
I'll take that that injector full of green mystery goop.
Okay.
That sounds like something a medic would have fun with.
Okay. Sounds good.
I mean, could I analyze it with my field research kit to see what the green goop is?
Go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll make it less fun. It'll be less of like a, proverbial roll of the dice whenever I inject somebody. But yeah, I would eliminate some of the guesswork. For God's sake, John, go pet beans or something.
Shit, I fucking dogs, man. Anyway, go ahead and make your roll, Patchkey. Charles, that would require me to stand up.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll give you a pass this week, only because reasons. So this is a science roll?
Yes, sir.
That is an 8.
Nice.
And a 5.
It's a success. You're over the threshold.
Yeah.
And damn motherfucker, son of a bitch. Mr. Patchkey, you see on the side of the syringe is, a label, and it is like SP dash.
Wait, so it had a label? His science skill was just reading the fucking label?
You don't know how science is
done.
You're not
want me to
scientist.
finish?
What do you know?
It's like,
do you want me to finish, motherfucker?
Yes, that too.
A label that says SP-25-23.67-VCC.003112.
Vaccine 0312.
And because you are a science person with, and honestly, Charles, once you see that label, once he points out that label, you're like, okay, this is a vaccine for something. And it was like, it was made on this date.
Can I do a medical check to see if I know what vaccine it is offhand?
You can check. I'm going to tell you that even a success won't get you any information.
Yeah. Okay, never mind then. I won't bother.
Yeah. Cool. And I think you would know, like, okay, this is weird science vaccine. I won't I am unfamiliar with whatever they are creating down here.
I will pocket it though, because I
Okay.
definitely want to like bring this back to the boss men or whatever. Because we get an ice cream sandwich when we report stuff like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
You think that it would probably be possible to, you don't know, you probably can't find out any of the research that has been stuffed into the good scientist laying on the floor. You can do an exam of that scientist if you like, although it might be stressful. But an educated guess from Mr. Patchkey would probably say that the information and research is probably on that terminal.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you
do you
might
have any tech skills, Pashki?
I don't think I have any. I could dodge like a motherfucker.
I've got guile, but
I've got research.
might work.
I could look at their notes, and that would be research.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
It's research.
I mean, I would think research would apply.
I want to research their research.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to make a hack roll, which you can do.
Make a hack roll minus
yeah.
one. That's a 0.
Okay.
Wow. So that was a nat 1 you rolled?
Yep.
No, a 0. Oh no. Okay, so go ahead, take 2 stress and roll burnout. That's 1d10 plus your current stress.
All right, 1d10 plus my current stress. 6 plus 7, so 13.
Okay, gain 2 more stress. Miss Charles, you also gain 1 stress. Perky starts crying. He's like he's standing at the terminal and like he's looking at the thing doing its, going about its business, trying to like, okay, I need to get this research. We get this, or like we're home free. This is what they want. And Perky, you just realize that like a conservative estimate of how long it will take to download this and decrypt this so that you can retrieve it is 4 hours. And that isn't leaving you a whole lot of wiggle room. There's monsters and dead people.
2 or 3 hours left, and there's a pug thing barking in the distance. And
she is asleep now.
There is so much blood on all these papers. I can't read them anymore. The blood has washed away the information.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I thought you were trying to look at the terminal.
I mean, I can roll again.
Were you looking at the dead body?
I was going to look at the papers, but since we've already rolled for the terminal,
no. This still counts. We're still leaving this as it is. The only difference is instead of it being because, instead of freaking out because of how long it's going to take, you don't know that yet. Instead, you're now freaking out because you've noticed that the blood is moving on its own. So that's why you're freaking out. See,
I am both petrified and scientifically interested by this.
I have such a scientific boner right now. My blood is also moving on its own.
Perky, do you want some of these tasty painkillers, my friend?
Perky gives you this and just reaches out and grabs them from you without saying anything and puts them in his mouth and chews them.
Okay, good. That's a good boy. Good.
So you cure 3 of your stress.
Okay, that still puts me at 6.
But good news is you're now addicted to Oxycontin.
That's the good news.
I was looking to take up a new hobby, so here we are.
And you're going to be taking -1 to all your rolls from now on.
Okay, so
when
if I have to roll in something that I'm not proficient in, is it a -2?
It's a -2, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Which means you have to roll a 10 to succeed.
Oh yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
All right. I am the most useless player in this
I just want to point out that at the beginning of tonight, I mentioned like, hey guys, this may not be the one you win. And Mr. Patchkey defiantly told me this is the one, motherfucker. And then he shot me a bird. So it's going great, is what I'm saying.
But we haven't died yet.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
That's
right.
true. That is true.
So that's
Um,
laboratory number 1, and we're gonna do we want to leave you to research Prashke, or do you just want to give up on it and move on?
So Perky is currently like on your shoulder, and I am
Okay.
imagining you're wearing like protective medical garb so you don't have like blood get on you.
Uh-huh.
But the amount of snot and tears is
Yeah.
still soaking through your apron that I've
They're
drawn
there.
on your character.
They're there. I see. I
Uh,
have good bedside manner. They're there.
it's a beautiful and touching moment.
Yeah. They're there is
head-
what you say, right?
mhm.
Okay.
You haven't seen another of these things, which is good. And Mr. Patchke, your head is starting to swim. Perky, your head is starting to swim.
Okay.
Maybe that blood wasn't moving on its own. Maybe it was the light and just being so stressed.
Maybe.
Like, what even is blood?
Yeah. I mean, it's just, iron, water, other trace minerals, cell matter.
It's just a type of Kool-Aid if you think about it.
That's true.
I mean, once you get the coagulants
We're all like Kool-Aid men full of blood.
you just
Oh,
you just got to get rid of those platelets, and then it's fine.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. As y'all head into the hallway, you can either go straight to the to that lab that was wrecked, or you can head to the crew quarters. The path through the crew quarters is also the path towards that diving pool. So if you want to continue on towards the dive pool, that's the way.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm following you. I'm in a daze.
Yep.
By the time we get back, our comrade will be done with his.
Yeah, he'll be done before you even get back. So
we could turn back now then if we wanted to.
After this next room, I will jump back to him and tell him what's going on, and then he can try to run to catch up with you or do whatever he wants to do with that information.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'll do a jump back and forth.
Okay.
Are you going into the crew quarters?
Yep.
Yeah.
You can trust my smile.
I trust it.
It's good.
Possibly go wrong.
Yeah, this is safe. This is good. No one's died yet.
As you enter the sector, you see a figure. They're standing facing the hatch that goes into the dive pit on the opposite side of the sector. They're about 50 feet away from you. They wear a dirty lab coat, and they appear to be attempting to use the intercom. You hear him slapping his hand against it.
A lab coat. I can trust this guy. Him and we can relate.
Around the area, you can see a galley, clothes, cots, some personal effects. You see various people's trunks where they store their shit. So that's what you got.
Okay.
The figure has not noticed you.
And I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to use my deception, my guile, to sneak up on this person.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 2d10 for me.
Okay.
And then we'll see if I can successfully pull this off. The short answer is no. Wait a minute. Hang on a second. That's guile. Oh, the 2 isn't a bonus. It's how many die. Yeah, no, I rolled a 5.
Okay. You essentially, I guess 50 feet is not close. So what was your other die?
Also a 5.
Oh, shit. Okay. Roll me 2d10 again. Okay. Essentially, roll me your check one more time.
This time we have an 8 and a 7.
Okay. With that roll, before you get to him that you're not being sneaky enough. As you start across, you're like, he will notice me before I get to him. Do you abandon course and fall back, or do you keep going? That second roll was to give you the option to put your ass out of a fire.
Well, you know me.
I do.
I like my ass nice and toasted. So instead of doing the sensible thing and turning back, I'm going to lunge for him. And what I'm lunging for him with is the vaccine injector that I have. And I'm going for the neck with that thing.
Okay,
So I
what's
guess
your
we're in
awareness?
combat now. Let's see. I've got body, guile, dodge. Awareness is -1 because I don't have it in my thing. Although, let me see. Deception,
Oh
intimidate.
no,
Nope. Yeah, I don't
not
have it.
sure.
Oh, awareness up in my.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your awareness.
Huh? Okay. Let's see. We have ourselves a nat 10 and a 5.
Unbelievable.
Nice.
He
Yep.
also got a nat 10.
Wow.
So roll again, I guess.
Okay, all
But
right.
yeah.
And this time I have an 8 and a 3.
Okay. As you get closer, and you're about to lunge, he turns around, as he obviously saw you. As he whips around, he reveals a complete horror. The chest cavity has been ripped apart. In its place is a single glowing red eye, with kind of the goat iris looking thing.
My favorite
it-
of the irises.
yeah, they're beautiful. It glowers at you. Thin tendrils wrap around the limbs of the corpse like the arms of an anemone, that pulse with a angry red light. These twitch and begin to move, in causing the figure in the lab coat to react to you. As you get within striking distance, its jaw like goes and then breaks completely off and falls to the ground as a horrifying tendril whips out of his mouth straight at you. You also see a crew key card dangling from a lanyard, that is strangling his bloated neck and wrapped in black tendrils. But he is attacking you. So, no, I need you. Oh, die. Let's see. Your dodge. You have a dodge score.
I do.
What's your dodge score, bud?
1. So I will
Okay,
roll.
you roll
1d10.
1 to try to dodge this attack.
And I rolled a 3, so I didn't do very well.
He didn't do very good on attacking you, so you don't have to worry. The tentacle shooting out of his mouth goes right past you, overshoots as you kind of make your awkward lunge, and it doesn't hit you. Congratulations. You may now make your attack.
Yeah, I am going to switch from the injector to my trusty scalpel and put out its goatee red eye. And I assume that's my body check because that's like strength and
You have a combat score.
Oh, let's see.
Or a combat skill, I should say.
Do I?
Under the career.
Under career.
Maybe Ian didn't get this over correctly. I've got name, class, description, health, stress, drive, aware.
Under your skills, one of the
body.
So you're the
dodge,
medic.
First aid guide.
All right, 1d6 or 1d10.
Okay. That would be a 7.
Okay. He will attempt to not get hit. He does. You lunge forward and you're pretty happy with your attack. But he just whatever tendril shoot down against the floor and push him up and tumble his dumb corpse body away. Mr. Paschke, does your high ass want to do anything about all this?
I'm not unconvinced that my character wouldn't believe it's real. But I think he would try to make sense of it. And Charles, did you try to shoot him with the antidote already? Or
Yeah, and I failed. I still
Okay.
have the antidote.
All right. So I feel like
Although I don't know that it's an antidote, it's a vaccine. It might have caused this abomination. It might cure it. Who knows?
who knows?
It all depends on how successful their research has been.
I feel like my character right now would do one of two things: either shrivel up and cry because the amount of stress that they're under, or panic and go for the vaccine and try to inject the guy with it.
For the sake of gameplay, let's go with the latter option.
Okay. So I don't know. I don't think I have combat. I don't have combat. So that would be
1d10.
1d10.
Yes.
-2, I think, right?
1, just -1. Oh, right.
Okay.
You're right. -2.
Because he's
-1.
high on the oxy.
Jeez.
Roll a 10.
He did the opposite of that, bud. Okay, bud. So take 2 stress.
All right.
And-
And that puts me back up to 8.
And roll a burnout. 1d10 plus 8.
That's 13.
13. All right. You gain 2 more stress. Charles, you gain 1 stress.
Okay.
I don't feel like making you. How much stress do you have right now, Charles?
4 total?
Or I feel like you should probably roll burnouts as well.
Okay. And that's
1d10 plus the 4 stress.
Okay, cool. So that is 6 plus 4 is 10.
10. All right. You're going to take a negative you're going to take a -1 to your next couple rolls.
Okay. Define couple.
2.
Okay, cool.
All right. I don't feel like I want to. The storyteller in me wants to have dialogue now. Like now the villain and the players speak, but like,
Yeah,
it's just not.
I answer back.
yeah. That's classic conversation right there.
Your turn now, John, as the narrator.
And then
Okay.
my demented laughter. Yeah, that's a 3-way conversation.
So, it is. You have a feeling like this thing is going to keep attacking you. It is top of the round, so it is going to attack. Okay, okay. Miss Perky, you didn't get anything. You didn't get the vaccine.
No.
You didn't get to jab the guy. Bones, you did see Perky leap for the syringe. So do with that information what you will, but before that, you're being attacked again.
Okay. And that's 1d10, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's 8 minus 1 though is wait a minute. What am I? Is it 1d10 just regular?
Yeah, 1d10.
Yeah. Minus 1 makes it a 7 though.
Okay.
Because of my disadvantage from the stress out thing.
Yeah, he rolled a 10, so you do get slapped by this tongue thing. It feels like it feels a little bit like a cat's tongue if a cat's tongue like tried to dig into you more. Like the cats have that weird sandpaper tongue.
I think. I think they dig as hard as they can.
Yeah, okay, a more muscular cat tongue.
Oh, that sounds unpleasant. Okay.
Yeah, it just slaps into you like right across. Like you're lucky because it mostly gets your medical clothes.
At least it doesn't wrap around me or something.
It doesn't. It does tear into you. I'm just going to make a quick note here.
How many points of damage or whatever?
You take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And you feel a little bit like you feel congested. Like almost immediately, you feel like your lungs are filling with phlegm.
Okay. Praise Nurgle.
Praise Nurgle, my friends.
I say that all the time now. Like whenever I'm watching something and like someone vomits or like snot blows out of something, I just praise Nurgle.
And it is now your turn, Mr. Patchkey.
All right. So, what do I really have to lose at this point? I mean, he's pretty
Nothing,
much
man.
unhinged at this point. The last thing hated the flashlight. I have a field research kit that I don't think I can use that as a weapon. Do I have any like acid in my field research kit?
Roll me a d10.
That's a good question. I bet
got
you
a
do.
6.
No, you don't have
Apparently
the
not.
acid.
All right.
It's a fair question, but
I shine my flashlight at it and wave it frantically.
all right. In the distance, you hear sandstorm.
Can I? That's actually in my like mega mix on Spotify, just because I laugh every time I hear it. Yeah. Like, can I lend one of my skills to him?
Lend one of your what skill?
I mean,
are you trying to lend?
Well, because I have intimidation under my guile. And like, I feel like that would really enhance his flashlight.
I would need to know how you're going to enhance.
I can tell you exactly how. As he's waving the flashlight, I get behind him and do the forearms thing and like wave my arms as though he's got forearms. So I double the amount of waving arms.
Okay.
Which means he should get to roll 2d10.
All right, go ahead and roll 2d10 for an intimidate check.
That was tonight's Baltusburger bargain, and you stood by your policy. I applaud you for it, John.
Who's rolling the 2d10?
You are, Mr. Vasky.
Yeah. I'm waving my arms to help you, but it's ultimately in your hands here.
8 and a 5, then -1 because of my stress level.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So both of you go ahead and take a stress.
All right.
Jesus. 11.
It's not. The good news is you're probably not going to live long enough for a heart attack.
That is good news.
Yeah. The thing that was once a scientist screams and howls its little beans. I swear to God, beans. Beans. They live there. It's our It's not a murderer. It's our neighbor.
I heard a car horn when they locked their car, though, so I bet that's what it's all about.
Our neighbor likes to stand outside, like, of his house and like chill, which is a fine place to be, Beans. And he's an elderly Jamaican man who, anytime I see him, he's like, "Hey, mom, what's," like a heavy Jamaican accent, and he always smells like the
fucking give to have that guy for a neighbor, dude.
He's fantastic, but Beans needs to stop antagonizing him. He's a lovely, nice man.
Yeah, I have the same problem with Babette trying to explain to her that other people live in our building. She doesn't approve.
Okay, who was I killing?
I think me.
Yeah, Pashki. He's standing in front of me.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. So he wobbles what's left of his like tattered jowls and howls, and he just he like spits his stinger tongue at you.
Okay. I have dodge.
Yeah, you should. I would highly recommend you use that.
One.
No. Holy shit, dude!
I started off strong. I started off like, rolling great. This is gonna be awesome, and then just everything else.
I want to point out that I immediately said, "I bet you're going to regret wasting this good roll."
Yeah, I remember that.
But you know, I scienced the shit out of that
entryway. You run hot and cold. Yeah, you run hot and cold, my friend.
All right, Mr. Bashki, take 2 stress and roll burnout again.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Maybe he is going to have a heart attack.
I know what I hope happens.
I rolled a 1 plus 13.
All right, you gain 2 more stress.
Oh my God.
Charles, you get 1 more stress on top of that too.
I am at 15 stresses.
Oh, if you had just rolled a little better, you would have attacked Charles, and that would have been amazing.
Don't
I was really hoping. I was really hoping.
Okay. Is it my turn now?
Also, Mr. Patchkey, Perky, take 2 damage.
Oh boy, now I have damage.
You don't feel that though. Oh, and I need to make a note over here.
Okay. Oh, I have 1 more health. Oh man, I get 1 more hit.
Okay.
I'll see if I can help you out with that.
Your chest feels congested, and you feel your vision becoming even more cloudy. It's not a good day to be Perky.
No, I don't think it was ever a good day to be Perky.
No.
Mr. Bernard, Mr. Bones, what would you like to do?
Run for my fucking life. I
highly
would like to
recommend it.
use my guile roll, the deception, to pull a over there and then run as fast as I can.
Now I need to ask. I feel like the answer is going to be no because you're not fun. But do you push Mr. Patchkey towards it? Do you push Perky at it as you turn to run?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Yep.
That's that is a form of amputation, just a friendship instead of
no. We're headed there. I'm retreating after all. Let's see, and that is I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
that makes me so happy.
I know.
Did you push him and trip over him? Or?
I guess so. Yeah.
So,
maybe I pushed him and he like held on to me, so we both went.
Oh, that would make sense.
I take 2 stress.
Okay.
Roll burnout after taking 2 stress.
Yep. And that's just 1d10, right? Or is it 2?
It's 1d10.
Okay. Let's see. 7, and the stress is 8 for 15 total.
All right, you get to take an additional 8 more stress.
Holy shit! I'm up to 16 stress.
Yeah.
How did you beat me on stress?
When you roll a 15 on the burnout effect, you gain 1d10 stress.
Damn. Okay.
I just needed real quick. I want to check it.
What happens at 16 stress? Well, I know in real life, but in the game here,
apparently when you reach 16 stress, you get testicle cancer.
Oh shit!
I was gonna say, I think that 16 stress is where you and I like more or less.
Yeah, we're like baseline, right?
Yep.
I'm just seeing if there's I was seeing if there's a maximum stress you can have before you just like implode. It doesn't seem like it, so we're doing it. But yeah, you turn and you shove, turn, and as you turn, him falling, he kicks his leg back, your leg kicks on his leg as you start to run. And it is because you tried to sacrifice him that you land straight on your face.
Yep, naturally. As should happen. That should happen.
Mr. Patchkey, you are also on the ground now, Perky.
Okay. Yep.
Here's the thing. Ian is a nice person. Ian cares about us. Ian wants us to have fun.
Yeah.
Other than Kevin. I saw. Perky, your friend just shoved you at this monster in an attempt to run away. I'm going to need you to roll burnout again.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so I rolled a 9 plus 15.
All right. Anytime from now on, you are going to take damage whenever you're going to take a point of damage every time you take damage. Sorry, you will take a point of damage whenever you take stress.
Did I
as your heart is now giving out.
Because he's only got 1 point left. Any stress.
So it is your turn. Don't fail.
This seems scientifically impossible.
Yeah. what you gonna do, my friend?
I am going to run.
Especially since he still has that -1 modifier.
Yeah, look, my friends. Go ahead.
I run. I just fight or flight, and it's flight.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Go ahead and make me a body roll then.
Watch out for my body rolls.
It's one of his.
I swear to God, if you rolled a 1.
So, is it Jewish God? Is it Catholic God? Is it Cthulhu?
Okay. Look, we are getting close to the end of our night, And I could just keep making you guys roll over and over again because it's funny.
We've
Here's
proven
what
ourselves
happens.
inept. Yeah.
Here's what happens.
How do
Total Bones, you shove him to the ground to try to run, turn and trip over your own cruelty.
Okay.
You see him flip onto his back, eyes dilate, and he has an aneurysm in front of you because you pushed him. You see the blood streaming from his eyes and nose as sheer panic and terror and betrayal overtake him.
Delightful.
And Mr. Bernard, I know, is so happy. Bones took an oath, and that pushes him over the edge. He cannot think straight. You rise, and every cell of your body is telling you to run, but you can't. You can't move as this once scientist comes closer and closer and begins extending its tendril down your throat, forcing its way through your teeth, down your throat to just lick and tickle at your insides as you suffocate on this thing's tongue.
You know, they say die doing what you love.
I agree. That's the end of the second 7 hours.
My only regret is that I did not get to perform the Servas procedure that I perfected.
Oh, you might still be able to.
I thought I was dead.
Born again.
I'm dead, right?
Like your storytelling left that pretty like solidified.
You are also, I will reveal, infected.
Okay.
Kevin, you don't know any of this is happening because you aren't watching the feeds. You could have watched all of that in real time. In fact, I may make you.
Okay.
But let me just get here. You find a way to scroll back to 5 days ago.
Oh.
And you're just kind of like speed scrolling through this.
Yeah.
5 days ago, one of the doctors discovered something very excitable in the lab, brought it in. You can see everyone's like bustling as they're examining these weird specimens. They're not quite like the thing you saw slither into the grate, but they're very similar. Mm-hmm. 2 days ago, one of the doctors was bitten. Another doctor treated the wounds, drew blood, and they began to experiment on the blood, and they were able to create some sort of vaccine. Eager to kind of like capitalize on that vaccine, eager to, chase that discovery for further wealth of knowledge, they injected themselves with the blood, the infected blood, in order to test the vaccine. As you do.
Yeah, sounds scientifically sound.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Within a day, one of the doctors confronted the doctor that infected himself, and he murdered them, just ripped their chest open and shoved all the research into their chest cavity. You can see that things are growing in this doctor and that it's spreading. One of the doctors discovered the corpse, stole the key cards and the research, and secreted themselves away in the life support chamber in 2B. You also see that there is a doctor that seems to also be infected, but early stages, attempting to flee the station via a submarine.
Okay.
Then you keep going. You see yourselves. You decide to check on your friends and see where they are, to see if you should rush ahead to catch up with them, or if you should, wait.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as they're attacked by this horrifyingly deformed monstrosity, torn apart. Well, you expect them to get torn apart, but then you watch as your medic murders your scientist and is in turn murdered himself. Horrified, I'm sure your thoughts are like, okay, I have all this information. Get off the station. Flee. Get the fuck out of here. It's not worth it. You turn around and you see the body of Dr. Yang, the man whose chest cavity has been stuffed full of research reports standing between you and the exit. He is smiling.
And that's the one with the key cards as well?
Nope, that is the one that they found dead in the lab earlier. He is smiling at you. Behind him, you can see more of these specimens creeping from the shadows and the grates. You may have final thoughts as a non-infected, but in the scheme of things, they won't matter at all.
EPK.
Last thought is, damn you, Ian Servas.
Friends, that was The Company by Logan Dean.
Man.
That was brutally deadly. Deadly. What am I, the Ned Flanders of Grimdark?
Brutally deadly.
Doodly.
Yep. Grimmily darkly.
I was about to ask Mr. Paschke to take us to the outro screen, and then I realized I've had the Twitch paused for the last 2 hours, so it was on the map screen, and he probably already had because he's really good at this.
Yep.
This was brutal, and it's partially my fault. Partially my fault because I'm a horror author at heart, and like I don't write happy stories. But also partially brutally
because
terrible.
Paschke rolled like 99 ones in a row.
Because he only crit failed, but also
it was a hell of a losing streak.
Yeah,
like one to brag about.
It was awesome. But it was also a brutal failure because I saw that no one took a soldier and a weapon, and I thought I should let them know that they'll need that, and I decided not to.
I mean, I'm not sure how much of a difference it would have made, honestly.
Ian tweaks these games for the number of players and the skill and the level. I do not, because my entire philosophy is let's see how it plays out of the box. This was fun to run.
Out of the box in two senses of the word, yeah.
Mm-hmm. This was fun to run. I think this book is a lot of fun to read. I will say that the third book, which I can't remember, I think it's the operations manual, maybe is what it's called. I will check. Is chock full of adventures, and it's a blast to read because everything kind of reads like these old school like 80s and 90s sci-fi horror movies. But I will say that, like, again, I'm recovering from pretty serious surgery, and I read through these books this afternoon. It's real easy to prep for this. And I highly recommend it personally. I'm interested to know what you guys thought as players, other than, maybe get some new D10s.
Right.
I love a simple system in terms of like what dice are required. There's fun in like requiring a full set, and I'll always enjoy that. But something like Troika that's sort of 2d6 based, or Mothership, or this, any of that stuff that's low dice count, low number of faces on the die. I like that.
I agree. I think that again, you're absolutely right. Like, man, I love when a game asks for me a D12 because I'm never going to whip that out.
Right.
But at the same time, like, the fewer bars to entry that a game has, the more likely it's going to be easy to have fun. And at the end of the day, that's really what we're playing games to do.
Yep.
Agreed.
We have a bunch of announcements, but before I get into them, Kevin, you have a big announcement tonight.
I do. I am starting a new podcast. I mentioned last time on when Ian killed me. But I got clearance from everybody. I'm going to be working with the Rolled Standard guys.
Dope.
Yeah, fucking bunch of some of the best dudes I've ever met.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to be a mouthful. So it's going to be called The Rolled Standard presents Flail to the Face, a compatible with Merc Borg actual play podcast.
I love it.
Yes, it's going to be Chris is going to be running it. The other guys are going to be in and out of it. Another one of the guys off of the Discord, Tom, is going to be playing. I'll be playing as well, and then doing the editing. So we actually record the first episode tomorrow.
Awesome.
So it's
Cool.
as it sits right now, it's going to be a bi-weekly show. Being as the World Standard has gone bi-weekly as well, so it's going to be kind of offsetting that. And then we'll see how it goes. So,
well, that's excellent news. That's going to be a great show.
Congrats, man. Yeah,
we'll make sure we announce it. So watch our socials. If you don't already follow the Rolled Standard, follow us. We'll announce it, and we'll help hype that up so you can find it and easily follow and listen to their show as well. Because look, this is a 2-hour-long show. It ain't enough to get you through the week.
Hell no.
Actual play podcasts and cool podcasts are like Voltron. You gotta collect them all.
Yeah, we're here to make you giggle a little bit, like maybe in like the doldrums after your lunch break.
Yeah,
that's a good time to listen to us.
Yeah, because remember, we are a comedy podcast.
Or drunk, cackling all alone by yourself, which is how I used to listen to most of my podcasts.
It's also how we record most of our podcasts.
I am not drunk.
Oh, look, man.
Well, I'm not either, but close enough. You know?
No comment. So for us, this month has been a huge month. We released The Trick by Doug Ford. We released Pure Hate by... No, we did not. That's coming. Nope. We released Everyone Dies Famous in a Small Town by Wrath James White.
Last and week, another big one.
Yeah, we released Beautiful Darkness by J. fucking Wilburn. Yep. Look, man, here's the truth. The Trick, Doug Ford was one of our earliest books. When I was still fucking getting covers off Fiverr, we published The Reattachment. That's currently out of print, but like every year since then, we published The Ape in the Ring the next year. We published Little Ghostly the next year. We published The Trick this year, and we're doing a re-release of The Reattachment next year. So there's a reason I keep going back to the Doug Ford well as a publisher. It's because
Literary Nasty Award winner Doug Ford, I might add.
Yeah.
Douglas Ford, we should say. Doug Ford's the name of some Ford's a fascist. Douglas Ford is Canada. Yeah.
Douglas Ford is a brilliant writer, and he really walks this great line between like folk horror and bizarro. That's really delicious and beautiful. Wrath James White, if you're not familiar with his work, he's a Stoker Award nominee. He's also one of the founders of the Splatterpunk Awards.
Yeah. And one of the early Splatterpunk authors, like not first, but early, you know.
He is in the same league as like all the big names: Jack Ketchum, Richard Lehman, Edward Lee, and Wrath is more of a Splatterpunk than an extreme guy. And his work is extremely thoughtful and thought provoking. And he writes. He writes from a perspective that is not celebrated enough in modern horror, frankly. Yep. So I really recommend you check out Everyone Dies Famous in a Small Town, Beautiful Darkness. What can I say? It's J. Wilburn. It's a collection. It includes a story that was nominated for a Splatterpunk Award. And
Seersucker Motherfucker, which is like one of my favorite story titles ever.
It's also funny just picturing Jay saying it.
Yeah.
That book's important for a lot of reasons because Jay is an important piece of Splatterpunk and indie writing horror. So support all of that shit. Charles, you have a new book coming out in the next month or two. Things are my magic seeing ball is missing right now, but things are murky soon.
28 days from our live broadcast. If you are listening to this on Friday, it'll be on the 28th of the current month, which would be June. It is He Led Us into the Wilderness and Spoke to Us. It's my Jonestown novel. It is, in my opinion, probably the best thing I've written so far. It's a thoroughly researched, it's historical horror, but with aspects of cosmic horror. And it is going to be available to pre-order pretty soon here.
Yes.
So keep your eyes peeled. You can find me on Twitter at CRBernard to find that, CRBERNARD, or just follow any of Madness Heart's socials.
And then I have 2 more books coming out this year that you can be on the lookout for pre-orders. One, of course, is No Guilt of Bloodshed, which should be out this summer from Death Head Press or Dead Sky Publishing, as they are
I'm really
now.
looking forward to that one.
Cover from Justin Coons, which, like, truth be told, I wrote this book to get that cover, but it is a very cool book that touches on the mythology of the War of Dictates and of Trafe Magic and some short stories I wrote. So it kind of ties the Baltus First together. And the other book, of course, is All I Want Is to Eat Shrooms and Listen to the Sound of Nazis' Screams, which is a, let's say, fictionalized autobiography told in verse. So those things are coming. We also have other things. I know we're going to do at least one more game thing this year. Charles and I are in talks and in works of cool shit. And you can always know that we are going to be doing our best to do cool shit. I'm babbling now. Next month will be cool. I promise. We are getting together a lineup for next year, and it's going to be holy shit. Frankly, it's incredible. So I think that's everything. Oh no, one more thing. If you are in Central Texas, if you are in Austin, my hobbly wobbly ass will be at Austin Comics and Books, or Austin Books and Comics, this Saturday, all day long, running games of Odd Gobs side by side with Roland Coons. So you can find us there. You can get your copies of Orc Borg and Odd Gobs signed, or buy copies and have us sign them, or I don't know. I will also be giving away 1 copy of the Mork Borg novella hardcover, full color, Whispers of the Dead Saint. Do 1 lucky winner at that event. Yep, that beautiful, sexy book on Kevin's wargaming table. I assume that's what goes on back there. It looks like a table you paint at.
I don't paint. It's just where I do stuff that I'm not doing it at the computer. So, but
that's fair. So come and see me. Bring an ice pack. Bring frozen peas.
Bring a milkshake.
God, bring something for my poor belabored scrote. Friends, thank you so much for joining us on this consensual journey we call Wandering Monster. I have been John Baldisberger.
I'm Charles R. Bernard.
Mr. Paschke.
And Kevin Welch.
Friends, we will be back next week. And by we, I do mean everyone. Bridget and Ian will be back next week. Thank the Lord. But until then, stay safe and scream into that void, y'all.